Hello and welcome to the first meditation for the Bramble cycle here on Celtic Witch Coven. This is available to all to encourage you to come take part of our fantastic community here on Patreon, and we will be covering this cycle in depth for 2 months. In this meditation, we're going to take our first venture into connecting to the bramble, the blackberry, Mwen, the Ogham. We do this through the lens of the Celtic Witch, and this is an entirely new meditation solely for this purpose. If you would like to participate in more meditations, we have a tier dedicated to it, and we do have 1 or 2 throughout the month from everybody on the $5 tier and above. So enjoy this meditation and many blessings. Before we begin, you want to make sure that you are in a comfortable space, in a comfortable position, that all devices are turned off, all distractions are nullified as much as possible, that you've been to the toilet, you've got a nice cushion for your back, and you're not going to be disturbed. So let us begin. We close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. With each breath, we seek to take the air in deeper. First, we take it to the cauldron of wisdom within the head, and the second to the cauldron of motion at the heart, and third, a nice deep breath down to the cauldron of warming at the belly. We breathe in and out. We breathe in and out. We breathe in and out. And we allow our consciousness to drop down to heart space. At heart space, we find a red thread traveling in the shape of an ellipsis, an infinity symbol, along with our heartbeat, back and around. Back and around, back and around. The red thread expands and begins to stretch down through the body. Down from heart space, down through the stomach, down past your hips, down your legs, past your knees, down to your feet, where your roots await. You might not usually be aware of your roots and see them only with your other eyes, your psychic senses, but they are always there, reaching down into the realm of the earth. And the roots from this spiritual ecosystem, glowing and bioluminescent, come up to reach for your roots, and they entangle, holding one another, and you anchor in to the realm of earth. Your red thread can then travel down your roots and through the roots of the spiritual ecosystem, down through the floor, down to the soil beneath, and down. Down past the wriggling worms and down. Down past the roots of herbs and plants that help us with our magic, and down, and down. And down past the burrowing animals safe in their dens, and down, and down, and down past the roots of the tallest trees, and down, and down, and down, past underground rivers, and down, past caves full of rock and crystal, and down, past the bones of all of our ancestors, and down, and down, down through the deepest, darkest places in our earth, and down, out through the mantle, the red thread finds the molten core of the earth, and without harming it, wraps around this molten core once, twice, a third time. From our heart to the heart of Mother Earth, we are anchored in, and we breathe in this energy. We feel grounded, protected, and connected to the earth. You feel the aches and pains in your body start to ease and any heaviness leave you. You feel into this energy for a moment, being connected to the realm of earth beneath you, and leaving your red thread tied there. You begin to travel back up the red thread. Your consciousness comes up through the deep, dark spaces of the earth, following the red thread, and up, and up, and up, past the bones of all our ancestors, and up, and up, past the underground caverns full of rock and crystal, and up, past the underground rivers, and up, past the roots of the tallest trees, and up, past the burrowing animals, and up, past the roots of plants and herbs, and up, through the soil, through the floor, back into your roots, back into your feet, up your legs, and up, past your hips and stomach, and up, and back into heart space, where a second silver thread appears, wrapping around the first, up and down, in a figure 8, along with your breath. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And the silver thread extends out and begins to travel up through your body. Up from heart space through your chest, up through your throat, inside your head, past your lips, behind your eyes, and up to the top of your head, where your branches await, extending out from yourself, reaching into the realm of sky. And the glowing bioluminescent branches of the spiritual ecosystem come down and wrap around your branches, holding one another, and you're connected into the realm of sky above. Your silver thread travels up through your branches and the branches of the spiritual ecosystem, up to the space above your head, and up, and out through the roof, and up, seeing the roofs of the houses all around you as it travels up into the sky, and up, past the branches of the trees, and up, and up, and up into the sky. You notice the weather all around you, and up, and the breeze of the wind, and up, and the birds in flight, and up, you pass through the clouds, and up to the top reaches of our atmosphere, and up, and heading for the moon, you pass through the atmosphere into space, and up, and notice all the stars around you, and up, and your silver thread wraps itself around Mother Moon once, twice, and a third time. And your silver thread begins to glow, and you breathe in this energy from your heart to the heart of Mother Moon. You are connected to the sky above, and you feel in this moment your psychic senses start to open, and you become more aware of spirit all around you, and anxiety and stresses begin to lift from your body as you are connected. Leaving your silver thread tied around Mother Moon, you allow your consciousness to turn and look at the earth beneath you, and you float down through space following the silver thread. You float down past all the stars, going down towards Mother Earth now. You see her beneath you, and you pass down through her into her atmosphere, and down through sky, down and down through the clouds, and down through the sky all around you, and down with the wind whipping around you, and down past the birds in flight, and down. You see the branches of the tallest trees, and down, noticing the roofs all around you, and down, down through your own roof and down to the space above your head, into your branches, back into your head, down through it, down your throat, and back to heart space, where the two threads intertwine and a pink glow emerges between them that fills your body from head to toe with a calmness and a connectedness. You become aware of a cauldron at heart space. This is your cauldron of motion. You observe it. You might even see little blackberries, little brambles all around it at this time. You climb into the cauldron and begin to float down into the deep, dark depths of yourself. You defy gravity and float slowly down, completely safe, down into yourself. You go deeper and deeper into your own subconscious until you find the base of the cauldron beneath your feet. You push up and you come up on the other side of the cauldron as if passing through a tunnel, and you come up and out of the cauldron of motion inside your inner sacred grove. You are atop a great hill. As you climb out of the cauldron, you can see everything all around you for miles. Your inner sacred grove is actually an interconnection of many, with many different types of trees all encircling you all around. Perhaps you can see the sea far off, and you notice the sky above you. We are between harvests, between the first harvest of Lunarsar and the second of the autumn equinox. Autumn creeps in, and you can feel it in the coolness of the air with the crows cawing above you. And you can see certain trees slowly starting to change colour, crowned in beautiful golds and reds and oranges, as autumn has begun. And in this energy we seek to have our first meeting with the energy of Bramble. Not to meet the spirit quite yet, but to experience what it means to walk along the road of Bramble. So we walk down the hill with this intention in our heart, the earth beneath our feet welcoming and familiar. We know that this is a path well travelled, trodden by our ancestors and by ourselves. We come down the hill appreciating all of the scenery, the sights and sounds and smells of autumn. The nip in the air. And we come down to the base of the hill and find the great crossroads. The great crossroads are a place of liminality, of otherness. They change depending on our will, our need, and our purpose. And today we seek to walk the path of Bramble. So we follow the path that calls to us. The wind whips in its direction. Perhaps we're following autumn leaves upon it, but we know the way deep in our heart. To the old wild hedges, to the old forests, to the places of deep earth, we seek that hedge, that blackberry, that bramble, and we walk along the path until we come to a great arch. The great arch is a tangle of brambles in and of itself around a trellis, with sweet ripe fruits swinging from it. Will you pass through? Will you take a blackberry? If you do, a blood drop on thorn must be paid. Of the old ways of the witches to allow you entrance, life for life's sake. If you agree, you allow your finger to prick upon a thorn, and one blood drop falls upon it. And you take a blackberry and press it to your lips and bite into it, its sweet red juice across your lips, blood for blood. And you walk through this archway to gain a sense of what it means to walk the Blackberry Road. As you walk through, you find yourself on a long path lined with hedges and brambles. The path seems to go on forever, and it seems odd and deceptive, as if you kept walking in a straight line, you would go nowhere and find nothing. The sense of oddness confuses you at first. You walk a little way to make sure of your intuition. You feel the sun's beginning to set far off in the west. You hear a rustle in the undergrowth, and you turn to look. You see a fox there, under the hedge, eyeing you. And he whips around and disappears. You hear an owl in the distance, somewhere over the hedgerows. You feel called, but you are not quite sure what is going on. So you stop. You stop walking the straight line into nothingness and turn and focus on the hedgerow instead. You turn your whole body and your perception begins to shift from this one action. You kneel at the hedgerow and you really observe it. This creation, somewhere between mankind and humankind, interwoven into a tapestry of life. This place that sustains so many spirits, birds and mice, insects and foxes and badgers. This place is thrumming with purpose. You can see the curl of different leaves within it, of thorns guarding the way. This is old world magic, and you feel it just on the edge of your consciousness. A memory, a thought, inspiration. You reach out towards the hedge and touch it gently to feel its energy, to feel if you are a part of it or separate from it, and how to connect. The truth is, you are not separate. You are connected to everything that moves, and the more that you honor it, the more you will understand it, as much as understanding comes. The hedge requires something to open up to you. Belief is the first step, but poetry the second. And so you speak words deep from your heart, knowing they don't have to rhyme. They don't have to even be beautiful to anyone but you. They just have to mean something. Of liminality, of thresholds of beginning, of harvests and gratitude, of nature, of sunsets, of blackberries thick on their vine. Of an ancientness you struggle to name, but wish to know. And hearing the song from your heart, the hedgerow starts to shift and change and open, and you can climb underneath it on your hands and knees in the dirt, if you wish. If you are too proud, you can turn around and go back the way you came, and wake up and know not. But if you wish to know, you dive deep into the hedgerow, careful of the brambles all around, and crawl on through the underbrush. And you hear the snuffle of the fox in the distance, and you follow the noise. And you come up and out the other side to the temple of Bramble. Thick in the deep wood you find yourself. You have crawled out through the brambles, and as you come out, you stand up, and it's an old, dark cathedral of forest. The branches are thick all around, lit only by bioluminescent glowing, otherworldly light. There are blackberries all about, and some grow around a stone in the center, a standing stone with a hole and an altar in front of it. You see the fox snuffle off around the perimeter, knowing he's guarding and watchful. There is moss all about the floor, and it is gentle underfoot, and you feel encased in earth, protected wholly and entirely in this space between worlds. You step up to the altar. You see upon it special objects that connect to Moen. Instruments to write or sing, to record. Glasses full of blackberry mead. Plates of blackberry foods. And a scrying mirror, deep and inky between black and purple, to give you insight into your inner realm. These are the gifts that Blackthorn has made present for you. As you step up to the altar, you hear giggling on the air. Some fae-like spirits all around. Knowing what you know of fae lore, you feel it would be unwise to eat or drink anything at this point, and so you leave it be. And it is wise indeed, ancient wisdom. And the forest seems to acknowledge that you know such a thing. Perhaps all humans haven't forgotten after all. Instead, you look deep into the mirror, and you see yourself, 1,000 versions of yourself merging into one, and the swirling within the mirror looks back at you. A sovereign version of yourself, embodied in fullness, as if every harvest you've ever wished for had come to pass, and you radiate abundance from the inside out. Visions of what could be if you believed in yourself completely. Visions of what could be if you did the work you came here to do and embody. A gift of insight and a flash of wisdom from Blackberry, from Bramble. You step back. The giggling continues. You thank the spirits of Blackberry and know this is a first meeting, and that is all. You may be back to learn more, to meet the spirits of the Ogham and the spirits of the plants in depth. But not today. You express your gratitude and take 3 steps back before you turn. You walk back to the entrance you came through, taking one last look around this thick, earthy, deep forest temple, and then climb back down into the undergrowth, slowly and steadily on hands and knees, being careful not to hurt yourself as you crawl under the hedgerow. You climb out back along the long path, and it seems to have changed, so you can find your way back easily, and you see the fox sat atop the hill in the distance. Some shape-shifting trickery has occurred here, but you have passed the test, and you may go back to yourself and your inner sacred grove in safety and in knowledge. You walk back down the path and quickly find yourself coming back to the crossroads from whence you came, back through the archway where you left a drop of yourself, as if that drop has called to you and reminded you where to go. You cross the crossroads and walk back to the hill, breathing in the sights and smells of autumn as you climb. You make sure you embody the essence of gratitude for these lessons as you climb the hill itself. You climb up, back to your cauldron, and take one last look around at the trees that surround in the distance before climbing into your cauldron and floating slowly back down into yourself. You float gently down, and as you find the base, you push up and float back up into your body. You float up and you wriggle your fingers. You float up and wriggle your toes. You float up and roll your shoulders and come back up into your body now, into the present moment, up and out through the cauldron into yourself. You take a moment to readjust into your body and breathe in. You call back the silver thread from Mother Moon, and quickly the silver thread unravels itself and begins to float down at speed through the space and past all the stars and down through the atmosphere and down through the sky and through the clouds and down past the birds in flight and down past the tallest trees' branches and down past all the weather and down. You see all the roofs of the houses and down through the roof, down through the space above your head, back into your head and back into your heart space, where the silver thread reconnects with itself, traveling in the figure 8, and you are sealed off from the realm above, back into your body and present in this moment. You breathe in and out. You call back the red thread from Mother Earth and quickly untangles itself and begins to travel up through the mantle and the deep dark earth and up and up. Up past the bones of our ancestors and up, past the roots of the tallest trees and up, past the burrowing animals and up past the roots of plants and herbs and up through the soil and up through the floor and up through your feet, up through your legs, past your hips, past your stomach and back to heart space, where it reconnects into itself in an ellipsis, the infinity symbol, sealing you off from the realm beneath. As above, so below, as within, so without. You are whole and safe and back within your own body. And you breathe in and you come back into the waking world now. You might want to just tap your fingers, stomp your feet a little, and then open your eyes and come back to this world. Following the meditation, you may wish to have something to eat or drink just to reground you into the present moment. Thank you so much for being a part of this meditation. Many blessings.